A matter of principle, I am against punching the elderly. Unless, usually for these kinds of videos, I will do a brief, and sometimes not so brief, background on the individual I'm writing about. So Cormac McCarthy was anti-abortion, anti-immigration, and when he was 42, he dated a 16-year-old girl. When I was in senior year, I got assigned The Road by Cormac McCarthy to read. I read it. It was a good book. Like, after I read it, I went downstairs, found a copy of No Country for Old Men that my parents had downstairs, and I read that. And it's also a good book. He's a good writer. Everyone's gonna tell you that. I just dropped off the car at the tire place, gonna get new tires. And walking home. So y'all know what No Country for Old Men is about. And I don't know how many of you read the book, but there's significant omission on the film's part of the book's more, let's say, conservative edges. You get there's a lot of bitterness, of anger. It's not particularly, well, justified, I believe. The main kind of mission statement of the book is that people are getting less safe. Whose lives is more at risk. There's a general sense that the world is closing in on the protagonist as well as the reader. From outside. When I was a younger teenager, I used to imagine myself the last living member of the human species, wandering a vacant town. Not because, oh, woe is me, though that was definitely the case. I picture that wasteland because it made sense to me. Because it put me in control. It was a fantasy, in a sense, the post-apocalypse. It's a very male fantasy. And you've nothing to survive on but your own grit and gumption, shit like that, right? I would imagine myself far into the distant future, thousands of years, during the next ice age. I'd be climbing glaciers thousands of feet high. All the structures of civilization. But rubble beneath. I would imagine myself further into the future. Bloated, comatose thing in the back. Brain all hooked up with wires to computer, to remote operate drones under my control. Piloting a mobile space station, for which I am the only resident. Doesn't matter too much how I'd get my hands on something like that. Perhaps I'd be the only crew member that survived a big outbreak of sorts. Perhaps I came upon it while scavenging. Perhaps I was a member of a project hundreds, thousands of years before. My body and brain were preserved in ice or sealant. Or perhaps that over the years, I would surgically remove bits of myself and replace them with robotic pieces. My arms, my digits, my appendages. Soon all but the bare necessity of my internal organs would be removed. My lungs would be replaced by a generator. It keeps the oxygen flowing to my heart. My digestive system, with such a generator, would no longer be necessary. Be a completely autonomous cybernetic organism, without need or want for anyone or anything. The U.S. is not a wasteland. I like Gaza, Ecuador, Haiti, the majority of the Russian country. The United States is not a wasteland. But many people wish it would be. Okay, I'm not wearing that sweater no more. It's too difficult to pull the sleeves up. The road is, in a sense, the quintessential American male fantasy. It is the American dream. A rugged wasteland where men rough it out. Are the sole guardian protectors of their loved ones. Where life is difficult, but it's simple. And no problem is so great that it cannot be solved with a display of physical prowess or violence. Where the past is ineffable, nothing but a memory that cannot adequately be reflected upon or changed. And there is no future. You're forced to only live in the present. Reality perfectly suited to your own needs. I have suffered. Many years, in fact. Waited, bated breath for the other shoe to drop and it don't fall. The other shoe don't drop at all. I ain't never been to war. I never killed nobody. Never seen the light escape a dead man's eyes, but I did see a couple of dead bodies, human ones. never been molested. Never got mutilated, fenestrated. Broken my arm once, twice. Never got shot. Never been kidnapped. Never been held at gunpoint. If I had a friend that they own life. Well, I did once. Kind of a friend. Do I know if I have truly suffered at all? In fact, was it worth it? Yeah, because of my suffering, may I create a grand, elaborate work of sorrowful, artistic, beautiful drag goes on to inspire the songs of generations. Maybe I'll be remembered for it. Can't seem to remember anything else these days. Probably get that looked at. As the horizon sinks into the pale haze. Probably get that looked at. It seems as though every waking moment is wandering in a daze. Probably get that looked at. Wish I could make myself useful. I wish there was somebody to tell me what to do. Somebody to give me some menial, tedious labor work. Could lift heavy shit all day. And that will drive the blues away. I could never make friends online. In fact, I saw it as a handicap much of the time, but no, I could not make friends online. One of those pretentious bastards who used to wish the internet would go down or something like that. People would talk to me in real life. Of course, not addressing the real issue at stake. Yes. The desire to see reduction in the world to a more simplistic, uncomplicated, untroubling state. State of denial, yes. Denial, pride, and prejudice all have their uses. Ignorance, when wielded properly, can be a tool. I myself am ignorant of the daily goings-on amid the Kardashian family. I don't even know half their names besides Kim. I don't know any of their names besides Kim. But ignorance is very large, very stiff, and very heavy. Be easily manipulated into a blunt weapon. Which I believe is a good descriptive term for my brain. The brain is a blunt object. Weapon, rather. Boy, I see that. It's really what it boils down to. Whatever the mechanical idiosyncrasies of such an ideology, all your knowledge, technical skill, physical prowess, you are a thing. Turns people into objects. Reduces imagination to rubble. Force with inertia so great, though not even it knows what it wants. It uses its wants and desires to crush any opposition to itself. To see that it is replicated in everything and everyone that it sees. Till there is nothing but itself. And everything else recedes.
He thinks in terms of losers and winners. He will be a winner. He will take it all. Last take, Mr. Hart's deserted, ruined mansion, graffiti on the walls. Our Pook was here. Here lived a stupid, vulgar son of a bitch who thought he could hire death as a company cop.